It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Yeah, dude, you didn't even notice I got new glasses.
Dude, you have new glasses like every other week.
No, that's not.
No,
that's
you have
not
new glasses like
true.
every other week.
I got these yesterday, and we saw each other yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm sorry. And you just looked at me.
I did notice that those were on the table, and I was going to ask why your glasses not on your face.
Oh, my old glasses? So you put 2 and 2 together.
I'm only half a detective, dude.
Only half. You can't finish all of the investigations.
I never finish.
Am I the second half?
I never. Hey guys, welcome to It Can't Be That Bad.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Welcome.
My name is Alejandro.
And my name is Christian. Welcome, baddies.
Baddies, yeah, we decided to name you guys baddies.
For short for the It Can't Be That Baddies.
Perfect. So, hey, baddies.
Let us know if you like that, and if it doesn't stick.
It will. If you don't like it,
deal with it.
Tough luck. Today we watched a movie, a 2011 flick.
Yes.
It's okay. I want to say this real quick.
What's up?
I was gonna watch this movie just to watch this movie, and then you text me like, we should do this movie for the podcast, and I was like, perfect.
Yeah, because it kept on showing up on my Netflix feed, and I know all the actors that are in it, most of them.
I'm pretty sure the other day when you asked me about what movie we should do next, and I couldn't remember what movie it was this one.
Oh wow! So we're kind of like communicating on a whole nother wavelength.
Yeah, it's that alien wavelength. Dude.
Yeah. Have you seen this movie before? Like prior to watching it just for this episode?
I don't think I've watched it in one sitting. I think I've seen parts of it before. It's definitely been on. I mean, it came out, and I remember thinking it was going to be a funny movie, but also knowing it was also not going to be the best movie.
Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is with like these kinds of movies, like these rom-com,
these teenage comedy, coming of age stories,
these underdog stories. Yeah.
But the kid coming back from college,
with that being
the
said,
graduate essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but this movie was hilarious.
This movie was really funny.
This movie was called Take Me Home Tonight.
You guys might remember this movie. Like I said, it came out in 2011. It's got Topher Grace
and Faris
in the 80s instead of him in the 70s, which is kind of funny. It's like he's like, I don't want to do that 70s show anymore.
He doesn't do anything modern.
Let me do the 80s movie.
Only does era movies. Yeah, dude, I have a lot to say about this movie. So, I mean,
do you want to start it off?
Okay, I think let's start off with the nitty gritty, and then we could just go ahead and
dive right in.
Yeah, just talk a lot about it.
We'll just jump right in. This movie's rated PG-13. It has a runtime of 97 minutes. It was rated 6.3 on IMDb, 27% on Rotten Tomatoes,
so low,
42% on Metacritic. Google users, what do you think? How many people? What percentage of Google users?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with 95, baby.
87%, baby.
87, still pretty high.
Budget was. I am so sorry that I left my phone.
Oh, it's all good. That's just really rude. Don't do it again.
Oh my god.
Oh, embarrassing.
The budget was $19 million.
Okay, what, really? That surprises me. Does it seem like
a solid budget? I think they spent a lot of money on costumes and 80s stuff.
All the
getting
80s
everything
garb?
to look 80s. Do you want to guess how much it made?
So it spent 19. I'm gonna say 38 mil. Doubled.
Wow, Christian.
I think it was successful during that time.
No. You know, I often say that you're not good with guessing money in millions.
Was I spot on?
No, you're way off. They made $7.4 million.
Oh, dude, it lost that much money.
Hella money.
Oh my god! I'm so embarrassed. You led that as if I was like, if I did something right.
No, you suck.
Oh shit.
Here's a synopsis for you.
Synopsis. 4
years after graduation, an awkward high school genius uses his sister's boyfriend's Labor Day party as the perfect opportunity to make his move on his high school crush.
Nice. Is that something you would do?
100%, dude.
100%?
So this movie hit a bunch of notes for me because one, he's like a 25-ish year old kid who doesn't really know what's going on, living at home with his parents, working at a nothing-ish job. If my boss is listening, I love my job. But so it kind of get it. He's kind of searching for a reason to be around.
He's figuring it out. Yeah.
And I'm figuring out my own stuff, you know?
Do you have like a crush from high school that you would, even today, speaking today, if she were to walk into your job, you would kind of just go and do what Topher Grace did, kind of fake that you didn't work there.
That was hilarious. Okay. So, real quick. Yeah. No, I think I don't know if I had a high school crush. And if I did,
crush at all?
Well, I mean, I had a high school girlfriend, and we kind of, went our separate ways, and and I've seen her since then, and it wasn't like time to win her back. It was just kind of like, yeah. Like,
it's whatever.
Yeah.
No one that you're really obsessed about. Or no girl that ever earned the title as for the one
girl,
that got away.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But let's get into the movie.
Yes.
So he works at Suncoast Movies.
Yes.
Which is something that was in every single mall, and I miss Suncoast, dude, because I used to love how they would have like 5 TVs in a row.
Yeah.
And they'd be showing like Batman Forever, or they'd be showing Men in Black.
Throwing it back.
I loved
good imagery.
That was the stop. That was the shop. That if my parents lost me in the mall, they'd find us there.
Who wins in a fight, Blockbuster or Suncoast Video?
Oh, Suncoast, I never got to give that shit back.
Dude, oh, that's right. I mean, I kind of like the environment, the ambiance of Suncoast. It was darker. Blockbuster was bright.
And then they had the adult section in the back.
Yeah, you could choose movies.
Anything. They had the cool toys.
Man, rest in peace, Suncoast. We miss you dearly.
Rest in peace, malls. So he's
don't exist.
working there, and she comes in, and he runs into the back, rips off his vest. Tucks in his shirt, comes all the way around, and he's talking to her.
And this guy's panting. This guy he's
just
booking it.
Grabs the first video, and she's just like, "Oh, hi! Like, do
I know you from somewhere?"
Yeah. So here's a quick little story. Not about a high school sweetheart, but one time, a couple years ago, I was with my mom. She was getting her hair done. Next to the salon was like a Mexican restaurant with a bar. I was sitting in the bar having a drink. This girl sits down next to me, and I kind of like see out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, dude, I know this chick. I know this chick, dude. And finally, I turned to her. I'm sorry, you just look really familiar. Do I know you? And she looks up, and I 100% knew her. Like I was like, it was.
I know exactly who this girl is.
You know the story?
Yeah, I know this story,
knew exactly, dude. And I felt like idiot because it must have seemed like this, dude. It must have seemed like I was like, oh, do I like? I forgot who you are, but like
you do this all the time.
But I honestly didn't get a good look at her face. It wasn't a clear view, and I didn't want to like turn my head, and like look at her. So I just was like, oh, do I know you? And sure enough, yeah, I know you really well. Like,
and so she must hate you even more now.
No, I think I played it off.
How did you play it off? How did you end that situation?
I was like, oh, blank your name. I didn't recognize you. It's been a while. How you been? Just good. Blah blah blah. And then I ran away, and the lady was like, "Hey, you gotta pay your bill." And I was like, "It's on her." And I just sprinted. No, that didn't happen.
Okay, that's really rude, dude. That would suck.
Anyways,
yeah,
let's get back to this movie.
He was so funny. He tried to play it off so nonchalant, like, "Oh, I think I know you." Her name's Tori. This girl's.
And does he say in the beginning his name is Ben Franklin?
No, Matt Franklin.
I thought he said Ben Franklin. So for a long time I was like, is his name Benjamin Franklin?
That's like the way he picks up girls.
That would be the funniest. I think it's a funny character name. Be like, and everyone calls him Franklin, right? Because that's his last name. Like, well, what's your first name? Like, Benjamin
Franklin. It's just like a little joke that he has. I don't think that would.
When I start writing movies, I'm gonna have a character named Benjamin Franklin, and everyone's gonna call him Franklin.
You try that. You let me know how that goes.
You son of a bitch!
I believe in you full-heartedly, dude.
This
I support you.
Podcast is done.
I'm out of here.
The director. I want to touch real quick on the director.
Yeah.
His name is Saint Jemima. No, I'm just kidding. The director's name is Michael Dowse.
Okay.
Michael Dowse is also the director of the movie Goon.
I'm not familiar with Goon. Which
Goon
one's Goon?
is the one with Sean something.
Penn Michaels.
No.
The wrestler.
Sean, the one that's always doing like the American Pie. The dude who drank the jizz in the beer cup.
The main dude?
No, the asshole friend from American Pie.
Oh, Sean William Scott.
Yes, Sean William Scott.
I love that guy.
He's playing a hockey player. Really good movie. Goon. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I am familiar. I've seen that on Netflix.
And he also directed an upcoming film called Stuber.
Oh, he's the director? Okay, nice.
Only a handful of films on it as his directing credit, but I think it's going to be about the Stuber, and this are pretty much are running along the same lines in my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I actually have a lot of
lay it on me, buddy.
I just want to go straight into it. So Barry, the best friend, right?
Yeah, I love Barry. Barry was by far my favorite character.
He reminds me
far
of
away
you.
The best character.
Completely.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that.
You knew I was going to bring this up?
Why, Christian? Why does he remind you of me?
Of why he reminds you. Or reminds me of you. So
hang on. Cocaine's not on that list, right?
No. So first of all, after he does cocaine, he's in the party and he's yelling. He's trying to get at girls.
Okay. Shout out. We had one of the Real quick.
Yes.
We had somebody who listens to the podcast send me a snippet of our podcast slowed down at half the speed.
And you sound normal?
We both sound hammered drunk. and the guy who sent it to me, his caption was like, "This is what you must sound like at 3 a.m. at a bar." And I was like, there is a girl out there who at like 3 a.m. I'm like slurring my speech, trying to get some movie, like trying to talk about a movie. Dude. You for sure have.
I've brought you to Sacramento to party with me one time, and you were talking to this girl in the backseat of my car about Rick and Morty. You had your iPad out.
I was like, Kristen, I need my iPad.
It was a life or death situation.
We stopped. I had to get it out of the back.
Yes, I remember.
We stopped and I had to get it out of the back so I could show her Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and I don't know how interested she was.
She left. She got out of the car and left.
What's
your next point?
Okay, my next point. So when you yell like him. When he was like on the dance floor trying to get these girls, he was yelling at these girls. He was like, "Hey, you! You're tall! You're tall!" And he says like random
"Hey, red sash!"
Yeah. He was like, "I got you, bitch!" That's exactly what you would say, man. He has so many funny quotes. Barry alone. He says, right after, while he's dancing with this girl, he just looks off into the distance and he says, "Who's got a watermelon? Who's got a watermelon?"
I love that line. Who's got a watermelon?
I wonder if that was improv or if they like really wrote that into the script.
My favorite line he says is when the guy's like, "Hey, that's my girl." He's like, "No, this is my girl. Maybe you know her."
Smooth. This guy is so smooth.
Oh my god.
All right, on to the next thing. In my notes, I categorized this under reminds me of Alejandro. Barry wears a tie on his head, and that's what you do. I have
done that.
We have pictures online of you wearing a tie on your head. You are like a skinny Barry.
Tying one off, dude.
Tying one off?
Yeah, you've never heard that expression?
I've never heard that expression, nor would I ever do that. It's supposed to go around your neck.
Are you threatening to strangle me?
Dude, don't put it that way, dude. He's also into older women.
I've actually only dated one person who's ever been older than me. And she was only older than me by 3 months.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about, dude?
You definitely seem like the guy that would be strolling along the streets of Walnut Creek, and you'd see a cougar at the age of 72.
No.
A good-looking raisin.
A good-looking raisin?
Yeah.
A good-looking raisin? First of all, this 72-year-old woman is a saint, okay? She is a saint of a woman, and you're going to call her a raisin? You disgust me, Christian. All women are beautiful. And if you think this one looks like a raisin, dude, you make me sick.
Maybe I like raisins. Don't try to turn this around on me.
I love raisins.
Okay, then there you go. No wonder you love
Listen, raisin ladies. You can hit me up on icbtbpodcast@yahoo.com.
Or just DM. I've been realizing that we ask everyone to email us.
And no one emails us.
No, more people DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, so that's better. We
should just tell people to DM us.
No, man, we're going to pretend this is 2004 and keep asking for emails.
Okay, yeah. Fuck that.
Hey, guys, send us an AOL instant message on how you think we're doing.
And we'll wait for those messages.
All right, what else? Did anything else remind you?
And you're like a mixture of not only Barry but Chris Pratt's character too, who's like this like college douchebag. Because let me get into it before you fully get offended.
Oh, okay.
So you seem like someone who would wear a polo and pop the collar. Do not lie. You would wear a Ralph Lauren polo, a nice quality polo, but you would ruin it all by popping your collar.
Yeah, and there was a time in my life where I definitely wore two polos and had both of those collars popped.
You wore two polos?
Yeah, because you want to get the look. Yeah, you want to get the cool look, like the two-tone look.
That's a thing?
It was a cool thing, dude.
I thought they only did that on mannequins.
That is where I got it from.
Okay. Also, at the end, we'll jump back. I'm not. At the end, when Anna Faris, spoiler alert, breaks up with Chris Pratt.
And he's crying? That's crying. How you think I cried during my life?
I imagine you crying like that. No, I'm begging you, baby, please.
That one did hit pretty close, though.
Oh, wow.
That was, okay, Chris Pratt's character and Anna Faris, do you think this is where they met? Because they were married for a while. I
feel like they'd probably... I wouldn't be surprised if there was a film they'd done prior to this and they had met there. But
because I like to imagine that when they got their divorce, that's exactly what happened.
He cried like that, and she was trying to go to Cambridge.
He faked it.
He wouldn't let her.
Because he's on to Schwarzenegger's daughter, Lisa something Schwarzenegger. He's
with someone new?
Her. Yeah, he just got married.
Again?
Yeah, congratulations, Mr. Pratt, and Mr. your new lovely bride.
Yeah, and Faris, I hope you're doing good too.
Send us a DM.
Send us a DM or an AOL message.
Specifically, the AOL message.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if I offended you through that list.
No, you're right. Watching this movie, I did see this guy, and I was like, I know Christian's going to say that guy's me. Mm-hmm. Even though in our relationship, I'm the skinny cool guy.
Uh-huh.
And you're the fat funny friend.
Hey, but like, no, I definitely, you know who I think I am in the movie? For sure, Topher Grace. I'm for sure Matt Franklin.
Because you're a genius?
No, I wasn't. I was going to be... No, that's very conceited. Just because, like, when back then I
could see that. You know, you recently graduated college. You know,
mm-hmm.
you are back home. We are trying to figure out what's the next step. You know, probably why we're doing a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Suckers think it's about movies. But no, I understand. I think there's definitely relatable parts in the majority of the characters because this movie is clearly about people in our age. I think it's easy to relate to these things. Mm-hmm. We're both hopeless romantics. We're also super into having fun and making people laugh. So, you know, like, hit us up.
Dude, you're so smooth, man. Like, I don't know why you didn't have more girls in high school. You can't tell that's sarcasm.
Anything else you got?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I really wanted to say that this movie really embodied the 80s very well. I mean...
Yeah, oh no, the soundtrack was great. That was one of my favorite parts for sure, was the music. Mm-hmm. I love 80s music. I have a theory that I was supposed to be born in the 80s, and thus that's why I like so much 80s music.
And then your mom held you in her womb for 10 years too long.
No, my parents were just like, we're not going to have kids for 10 years. And then they had, me and my brother a lot later in life. And so me and my brother were like, oh, dude, 80s rock, dude. 80s and early 90s.
You like it more than the 90s?
I like late 80s, early 90s is maybe my favorite portion of music.
Oh, there you go. So you got to experience some of it.
Let me get a little bit of Prince and also some Tupac. That's what I'm saying.
Nice little mixture of everything.
Yeah.
I really like the style from the 80s. Like everyone's hair was cool.
Oh, dude, we for sure dressed like that senior year.
Even now, yeah.
I definitely wore a blazer with the rolled up sleeves.
Same. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you like his tie? Because his tie was so nice. It was a skinny tie and it was like a colorful tie, and it was. I'd wear that now.
I'd wear that now.
Yeah, and you like the blazers with the shoulder pads and whatnot?
I didn't like the shoulder pads, but I did like the rolled up sleeves blazer look, which is again something else I did for sure.
Yeah, I think it's for functionality and style because in a party like that, your forearms are gonna get sweaty.
Do we want to discuss the giant metal ball?
Yeah, that shit was insane. Would you do that?
If there was some over the shoulder straps, I would do that.
You would do that? So for you listeners out there that haven't seen the movie and you are wondering why we're talking about a giant metal ball, there's this tradition at this college party that Chris Pratt's character throws, that someone brave enough to enter this giant metal ball made of scrap. He sits in it. You take like a few shots before you go in it, and you roll down a hill and pray to God that you stay alive.
Because you just don't die. Yeah, it's a tradition that nobody's ever actually done.
No.
Is I guess what they're saying. And
it makes
spoilers.
Sense.
Topher Grace does it.
He does it.
The worst part about the whole scene with the metal ball was the gross vomit that he had when he threw up.
Disgusting.
That was the chunkiest, grossest vomit I've ever seen in a movie.
And he was like upside down when it happened.
Went all into his nose.
Into his face.
It went all into his nose.
But then he instantly washes it off because the metal ball lands in a swimming pool. Yeah, and so he comes up.
Oh my God.
Hey, but it worked so like...
He proved himself he was a man. It was an interesting relationship with his father he had too.
Yes. His father was a cop.
Police officer.
A police officer, I'm sorry. And was...
He was a pig.
Oh shit, you got some opinions there.
He was a pig!
And at first, I fucking hated his dad.
Yeah, that was a roller coaster.
But then later on, when Topher Grace and his best friend Barry, when they crash the car that they stole from Barry's old job, a dealership.
The Mercedes.
Yeah, that nice Mercedes. They crash it. Cocaine's all over Barry's face.
Barry, what's all over your face? Cocaine.
Cocaine. And they made a game of it. They were like, oh my gosh, well, it can't get any worse than this. And then the airbag explodes and the cocaine's all over his face. Well, it can't get any worse than this.
And then it's his dad.
Oh, it's the cops. Yeah. And then it's his dad. But his dad says that you get one free mulligan. What does that mean?
A mulligan is like a do-over in golf.
Oh.
You get one mulligan in golf, and if you have a really, really bad tee shot, you get a chance to redo it.
Okay, so you understood that.
Mulligan. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's crazy. What a lucky son. Like, thank God it was his dad that caught him up.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think his dad wanted to, do the beyond scared straight thing. You know what I mean?
He wanted to scare him into doing something with his life.
Yeah, it was interesting the way he talked to me. He's like, you're not even a failure because you haven't even tried yet.
You're worse than a failure.
Which is a crazy point to make, dude.
Yeah.
I kind of had that. I was in New York a couple years ago and I saw a Teddy Roosevelt quote that really kind of got me. And essentially it was that. He said it's, oh God, I'm going to fuck it up. So I'll paraphrase it. I'm not even going to try to say
That's fine. That's fine.
It was essentially like, it sucks to fail, but it's even worse to never even try.
Yeah.
And hearing something like that is that I don't think enough people realize. Like, you can't be afraid to fail because then you're never gonna go out and actually try things.
It really resonated with me. Did it hit you pretty hard?
Yeah.
I mean, because I went to college, I went to school, and I got my degree, and now I have a pretty nice job. But even then, ever since,
brag.
Dude, I'm not.
No, continue.
Oh, you asshole. But we're in the same boat as we're two aspiring comedians. We've always wanted to be entertainers ever since we were in high school, and now we're taking those strides. Now we're taking those steps. So that's exactly what I was talking about.
Totally.
For a long period of our lives, we weren't really pursuing comedy
or doing anything. Yeah, I got distracted right out of high school, making a little bit of money in a job, and it was easy to put stuff aside for that. And you got to make time for your hobbies. You got to make time for your goals.
Yeah, that's one of the big points of this film. You got
to try.
Yeah, gotta try. You gotta do what you love. You don't want to get that's how it was for the love interest, Tori, in the film too. She hated her job as what was she doing? Do you remember?
She was an intern at a
big company or something, and
not Goldman Sachs, but the other one.
Yeah, and she had a pervert of a boss, and she did not like
was
this
that
super
Michael Ian
official.
Black?
That was Michael Ian Black, and he was wearing a bow tie, and he was just a super perv.
Fucking hilarious.
There's a lot of relatable things in this movie that I found, even though it took place somewhere else. There's a lot of shit that I took note of that reminded me of shit that we would do today. Tori was. Do you remember what?
No, go ahead.
Tori was in the car with Topher Grace, and they were on the way to that other party, and she was talking about boob power and how girls can tell when guys look at their boobs.
No way.
Is that true? No. Can girls tell when
Not
guys
me.
check? You don't think so? You think you're sly with it?
Well, because I'm so tall, I'm always looking down.
Oh, so you you get away with it a lot.
I'm always getting a view. I'm always getting a gander at the gams.
Gander at the gams. Oh,
I'm never gonna get a girl again after this comes out.
Not at all. Not that you talk about that gander game, dude.
Let me see them gams.
No, I have seen you try to be smooth though.
No. Here's the truth. Here's the God's honest truth.
Okay.
No guy can do it sly, and if a girl lets it go, no, I don't even want to. I don't even want to say.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. You don't have to go there. I mean, I think I know where you're going with this. But I know that I'm not smooth at all. So I just don't even try at times. If I'm the type of person.
Is it a chin move for you or is it an eye move for you?
Oh, you're talking about if I were talking to a girl directly in front of me.
You're making eye contact, yeah.
Yeah, I make eye contact. I leave it there.
And then
I'm just saying in general, if a girl who's...
Oh, this is why I'm trying to be the guy who wears sunglasses indoors.
Oh,
I've been trying to convince you that that's going to be my thing for a while now, and you keep saying that shouldn't be my thing. But I'm trying to be sunglasses. Also, did you see Topher Grace?
Yes.
Topher Grace wears the sunglasses inside.
Yes.
And did you hear what happened? Someone yells out at the party, it's like, nice shades.
Yeah, dude, that also reminded me of you.
And then he never wears them again.
He takes them off. He's hurt instantly.
Immediately in the next scene, he doesn't even have him anywhere near him.
He walks in so confidently. And he's destroyed immediately right after the guy says, nice shades. I'd be her too. I would be her. Do you remember his first interaction with Tori at the party? He walks up.
Oh, she's in the middle of a conversation with his sister and Chris Pratt. So, okay. And that brings me to something that I want to talk about. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris's, when they do their little story of how they got caught banging.
They say it over and over again.
And they have it down to a routine. Have you ever had a story when you're in a relationship that you tell so often that you guys know your role, you know your bits?
Yeah, there was a story where this one time I was in downtown Venetia and I was drinking with me, my brother, and my girlfriend. And my brother and I were the ones drinking, and so my girlfriend decided to be DD. And so we have this story that we like to tell people where... She's in the room with me right now. And
Solid
she's
finger.
Flipping
Solid
me off.
finger.
She is going to fight me later. But it's a funny story. It's
Continue. Get to it then. So she's the driver.
She's the driver. And this is around the time that Pokemon Go was really popular. So my brother and I, we were not only drunk, but we were absorbed into our phones playing this new Pokemon game. And Melissa, there's this There's this section in near downtown Benicia that connects the law office to like Nations.
Okay.
And it looks like it's one plaza.
Yeah.
But there's actually
a cement wall.
Yeah, there's like a curb that like divides it. She thought the whole thing was connected, so she goes into the plaza where the law office is. She drives at like full force and runs into this curb.
Oh, no.
And not only that, we're like, oh my God, what the fuck happened?
Oh my
right?
God.
And she's like, I don't know what happened. And we all look up. And there's 2 cop vehicles in front of us. And we're like, oh shit, hopefully they don't come here. And surely enough, they both walk up to us.
Don't call me Shirley.
I'm so sorry, Alex. But they walk up to us and they say, have you done any drinking tonight? And thank God she was sober.
She's like, actually, no,
No, but it was it definitely seemed like a drunk move. And so like now my like bumper, my front bumper doesn't ever stay it doesn't ever stick onto my car the same. So I'm always kicking the front of my car. If you see me, like my vehicle is very ghetto now, but it makes for a funny story. I'm not even mad about it. She's actually more upset about it.
And when you
than
guys
me.
tell this story, does she have her parts and you have your part? And
yeah, usually her parts is just shaking her head and trying to tell her side, and me just saying like
talking over her and being like, shut up, lady, I'm telling my story.
No, not like that. I'm a very, very sweet man. I'm not as aggressive as you, dude.
My aggression comes from a place of love.
You have aggressive love.
My therapist says that's how I have to phrase it. I thought it was really interesting when Chris Pratt and Anna Faris are like they get engaged in the course of the movie, and then they keep calling it Cambridge University, which no one calls it Cambridge University. It's like saying University of California at Berkeley.
It's redundant.
You just say Berkeley. You just say Cambridge. Shout out to my friends at Cambridge.
Do you have friends that actually go there?
One
person. That by rules of association, that kind of makes you smart.
I am smart, dude.
No, you're definitely intelligent. Don't take that as a jab.
I read a lot.
You too. You read a lot of books. I'm not taking a jab.
Okay, sidebar real quick. Can I ask you something about reading books?
Yes.
Is it any less reading a book if I read it off my phone, or am I still reading a book?
No, I mean that's like kind of like what a Kindle's for. Okay. It's like text is text. You're gathering the information.
I'm getting the info. Thank you.
That's all that
Someone's
matters.
gonna hear this and know exactly what I'm getting at.
Dude, no, there are gonna be people out there that are like, no, it's not the original text.
At least one.
Fuck you.
What's your next point on the movie?
So my next point was, I don't know, I'm really into these rom-com type movies. How are you feeling when they were both on the trampoline after they had played the penis game, which is so funny? You know, that's a fun game.
But I think the penis game bit is funnier in 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah, they did that.
I think they do it a little bit better in
that
that movie. Which came out before this movie.
Oh. Well, it's not like there's a copyright on the penis game.
Penis game is proprietary to Zooey Deschanel and JGL.
So how did you feel like when they're on the
I don't know. It was cute. I always think it's silly. I immediately was the same reason at the end when he talks to her about how like, oh, well, you only slept with me because I work at Goldman Sachs, right?
Yeah.
When he admitted to it that he doesn't work at Goldman Sachs and she got all mad, that was my first thought. I'm like, wait, you were only with him because he works at Goldman Sachs? Like, you're
I know there
also
was like
a bitch.
Other points like. Yeah. She was too ready to be offended to like. She needed to hear him out a bit more.
Yeah, she was waiting to hear something to make her not like him, I guess.
Because he genuinely did like her since high school. He was like from the get. He was just trying to get her phone number.
Totally.
But she jumped to this conclusion. You only wanted to sleep with me. Like that's why you liked me.
I think it was more than that. You know, clearly because it was a high school crush. It's not like he wanted to bang and
he wasn't just some stranger.
Booted.
Yeah, he did and booted.
Surprised that song didn't end up being like a standard on everyone's phone. Oh, are you listening to Tooted and Booted right now, Melissa? That's awesome. Wow, what are the odds?
And right when we said Tooted and Booted, she started bobbing her head. You little rat, you.
Tooted and Booted. Hey. That song reminds me of high school.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we could get lost on that tangent forever. But back to the trampoline.
Back to the movie that we're talking about. Back to the trampolines.
Dude, I don't know. There's something that I love about. I was hoping that she would just grab him by the tie and kiss him already. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for these rom-coms.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like tugged in like that with like? It was just a cute scene, and I wanted her to just go for it.
No, I don't know if I've ever been
tugged by the tie?
Exactly tugged. Yeah, tugged like that. But I've definitely been with assertive women.
Who just
Is that the way to put it? I guess.
Who threw you?
who just
Said,
like beat
"Kiss
me and were like, now give me your money. And I would be like, ooh, thank you.
I don't think that was a romantic affiliation. That was definitely you getting jumped.
Oh,
dude.
I need to make some phone calls. No, I did like her as a character. What was that girl, her name? Tori. I've never seen her in another movie before. I'm not familiar with this actress.
She's in Warm Bodies, which I haven't seen yet, which is like this,
I hadn't seen that. Nicholas Hoult?
I believe so.
Yeah, shout out to our Dark Phoenix episode.
Yeah.
If you guys ever hear that one?
She reminded me of Kristen Stewart.
I thought it was Kristen Stewart for quite a bit.
Like
actually.
A prettier Kristen Stewart.
Kristen
Stewart?
That girl is in the new Charlie's Angels movies. Have you seen the
Really? No,
commercial?
I haven't seen anything for it.
She looks almost exactly like this Tori girl.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I'm excited to see that.
It'll be an interesting thing.
We can watch that.
I'm just like, Charlie's Angels, dude. Why make them women? Am I right, guys?
Were you one of the? Hey. Were you the small fraction of the population that disliked the all-female cast of the new Ghostbusters? Because I thought that was a great idea.
That's whatever, man. I think it's all right. That movie sucked. That movie sucked, not because it was all women.
We should do that. I'm down to do it.
We'll talk about this offline.
You sound mad. Anyway, do you have a best person on set award?
Oh man, a best person on set award. Yeah, I do. Do you want to go first though?
Yeah, absolutely. My best person on set award goes to Barry. Barry is he's hilarious, man. I just could not get enough of him. He has a lot of quotes that I like. I know I said the watermelon quote, but another quote that he said was...
I'm going to stop you right there real quick because I was going to say my best person on set award was Dan Fogler, who's the actor who plays Barry.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. So we have the same person, dude.
There you go. Dan Fogler. You killing it, dude.
He is really funny. He definitely makes this movie really fun.
So he has a lot of good moments. Just for him, if anything.
When he is trying to steal the car and trying to do the alarm system at the dealership, and every time he does it, another red light goes on, and then he does it again, and another red light goes on.
He's like freaking out.
He's like, they don't trust me. He's like, I wonder why.
I wonder why they don't trust you.
What was your favorite line that you think he said? Do you have it?
Oh, one that I laughed. I have like two. So the first one was when he was dancing with the dancer's girlfriend, the tall girl. He says, he says back to the, the dancer says to him, go find your own date, boy. And he says it exactly back to him. He says, no, you go find your own date, boy. And it's like high pitched. And I was busting up. They say
boy at least 4 times in a row.
It gets better and better. And the other one was when he was, getting thrown around by the older woman at the second party.
At the boss's party.
At the boss's party. She wanted some aggressive sex. And she was like saying, fuck you. And he was like, sorry. And she was like, what kind of man apologizes? And she goes to like, suck his dick. And he's like, yeah, I would love that. And she's like, what? And he says, I mean, suck my dick, bitch. She was like, that's more like it. He made me crack up a bunch. I mean, do you have any favorite moments?
Oh, dude, it's anytime he's on screen, I thought it was really funny when he's like trying to do cocaine. The first time he does cocaine,
yeah,
and he like goes down and comes up covered. His face is like so much cocaine is on his face. He must have just jabbed his nose into a pile of cocaine. Yeah, and he comes up, and then he's like mad because it hasn't kicked in. He's like, hit him yet. I got the one shit bag of cocaine. Yeah, and then he like, boom! All of a sudden it hits him. He says,
blammo.
Blammo. That's what
it comes out super blammo. And that's when he starts yelling like you. You're tall.
I'm growling at you. Right, I'm growling at you.
Folks, this movie is such a fun watch. We highly recommend it.
Real quick, was the goth girl that he hits on at the party, was that Ice Princess?
Yeah, that definitely was her. I've seen her from somewhere. I liked her.
Oh man, yeah, this is a good movie, guys. Check it out. It's on Netflix. It's a funny movie. At the least, watch it for Dan Fogler, or put it on in the background because the music is cool.
Music is great. The entire ambiance of the movie.
Fun fact: I just want to say this movie is called what?
Take Me Home Tonight.
And it's based on the song
"Take Me Home Tonight"
by
I don't know
Eddie Money.
Eddie Money.
Yeah, Eddie Money. Take me home tonight.
Keep singing it.
I don't want to let you go till you see the light. Take me home tonight. We've already sang the song more times than it was in the movie. So.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that that bad.
Hey, everybody. Real quick, we want to give a shout out to a couple people.
Yep. A huge shout out to John Boo and Alan Boo for the great sound production.
Shout out to Greg Reasoner for helping us out with our cover art and title work.
And a shout out to you guys for your endless support.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify, anywhere you hear us.
We'll see you next time.
It can't be that bad.